Hello everyone. We continue with the point-to-point link requirement for the given point-to-point link, that is type of fiber, what type of fiber we are using, whether it is single mode, multi-mode, what type of a source, LED source or laser source, what type of a detector we are using here. And that are the requirement for the optical fiber link. Now we consider that here the link, and this link has a two desired parameter we consider, that is what type of source we have and what type of a detector. Now in this case, for the performance of a system, we should know that what is the link power budget and a rise time budget analysis. In the link power budget analysis, we should know that what is the input power and what is the output power. So that's why we find out what is the total loss. Generally loss, it is defined in terms of input and output power, and that equation loss is equal to 10 log of P out by P in. It is in a dB here. From the given source, we are supposed to send a information. It is generated here. Your source emit a light, and then we need a connector, and this one is about your given fiber and a connector here. So we consider that a source and a fiber. So we require a fly lead here to connect your source to the fiber here. So that is a connector we require from the source to the fiber. Then a total link. It consists of various splices. If the length of the fiber is too long, then we consider splices there, and then at the end we consider that a detector there, and the detector again we consider a connector there, that is for the detector. If suppose in a given link we are going to be consider there is a repeater, then again we need a connector for the repeater or an amplifier there in between the link. But only you consider that a link it has a source and a detector, and it consists of a connector at a source, connector at a detector, and in between that connector there are some splices, and this connector is optional, because if you consider a repeater, then there will be optional connector required. That loss is depending upon that factor of what is the total link length. So that's why attenuation we consider. So fiber attenuation, we consider that what is the total length of a given fiber there. Then a connector at a transmitter, connector at a detector. So that's why connector loss. In between the link we use splices there, and because of that splicing there may be a losses. So we consider a splices loss, and how many number of splices we are using, and how many number of connectors we are using. So according to that there will be a losses because of that connector or splices there. Then for a given particular system, we should say that it works for the minimum power. So total loss, if you see, there may be variation in the losses because of that connector or any other extra losses. So that's why we consider a total loss of a system as a system margin. The total loss, we can consider connector loss, how many connectors in this design, splice loss, how many splices are present in this design, what is the total length of the fiber, fiber attenuation, and a system loss, that is any other losses occurred during the link. So that's why we consider that a system margin. So in this power budget, So we need to consider a power level measurement from the transmitter to the receiver. So in that case, already we say that there is attenuation because of the fiber. Fiber is coupling to the connector, so that's why coupled power. What is the signal to noise ratio requirement for the given link? Minimum power level at a detector, and because of that minimum power level, what is the bit error rate for the given minimum power level it is working. Then a total system margin and any other losses is to be considered. So total loss, if you consider, and that for a given link, so link power budget it consists of an optical power loss, that is total loss, and that loss is between the slide source and the detector, and that loss is depending upon the cable attenuation, connector loss, splice loss, and the system margin. So it is loss because of the source and receiver sensitivity. So loss is because of the connector, attenuation, and a system margin. Here is one example given to identify that or illustrate the link loss budget. Consider here in this particular example the data rate is about 20 megabits per second and a bit error rate BR, that is 10 to the power minus 9, and the receiver is used, that is pin diode, photodiode, operating at 850 nanometer. So for this pin diode operating at 850 nanometer, so from the figure we can consider that input signal is about your operating and a receiver sensitivity of a pin diode. So now we consider that these are about graph is saying about your power level distance and a receiver sensitivity. And the receiver input signal is minus 40 dBm. And then if we select a gallium aluminum arsenide LED that can couple a 50 microwatt of a power, that is minus 13 dBm, that is average optical power level into a fiber fly lead, means from the source to the connector of a fiber with a 50 micrometer core diameter, that is fly lead. Therefore 29 dB allowable power loss, and here consider that the total power loss is about 29 dB. If there will be a further loss occur, 1 dB loss occurs when the fiber fly lead is connected to the cable, and another 1 dB connector loss occurs at the cable photodetector interface. So that's why 2 into 1 dB is considered, and this one is about your length of the fiber, and it includes that 6 dB of the system margin. This one is about 6 dB of system margin, and the possible transmission distance for the cable with an attenuation of alpha. So this one is about total loss we say, and in between that there will be a loss. Here we consider that loss is depending upon that how much is the transmission power and what will be the receiving power. So that is about the total loss. But in between that there are the connectors, attenuation, that system margin, and that loss which we need to be considered. This one is the receiver sensitivity, that is output power, and if alpha is equal to 3.5 dB per kilometer and the length is about the 6 kilometer, so we can find out then if this alpha value, then we can have a 6 kilometer of a path length. Then the link power budget can be represented graphically. In this way we have a graphical representation of a link power budget or a loss budget for an 850 nanometer LED or pin system operating at a 20 megabits per second. And for this system we consider a connector loss, attenuation, transmission length of the system margin, here consider 6 dB, and here the length, cable length L has a connectors only on the end and there is no in between. Splice loss is incorporated into a cable loss for the simplicity. And if you see here, the graph explains that what is the receiver sensitivity and what will be the output power coupled at the fiber there. So this one is about your link power budget, and for the another example is showing that is link power budget, and here it is explained with a spreadsheet for calculating an optical link power budget. Consider here 1550 nanometer laser diode that launches a 3 dBm, that is 2 milliwatt optical power level, into a fiber fly lead, that is from the source to the fiber fly lead, an indium gallium arsenide avalanche photodiode with its -32 dBm sensitivity at 2.5 gigabits per second and a 60 km long optical fiber cable with a 0.3 dB per kilometer attenuation, that is alpha. Assume that here, because of the way the equipment is arranged, a 5 meter optical jumper cable is needed at each end between the end of the transmission cable. This total here a 5 connector is supposed to be considered. 5 meters optical jumper cable is needed at each end. So we find out what is the total length of the fiber. So according to that we can consider that connectors and all. Assume that each jumper cable introduces loss of 3 dB. That is about the jumper loss 3 dB. How many connectors consider here? In addition, assume a 1 dB connector loss occurs at each fiber joint. And here the table showing that what is the optical output, sensitivity or a loss in a column. So these are about your spreadsheet for the optical link power budget and what is the total output required for this. So we consider here a link power budget in terms of a power, and then there are the two types of budgets we have. One is about in terms of to take performance. We consider that link power budget and rise time budget analysis for the system power consideration. So that is about your a link power budget, and the next about a rise time budget. And in the rise time budget is related to your time, and it is related to your a bit information we are sending. And for this bit information, what is the data rate, and for the given data rate we consider that what is the maximum bit rate at which the system can work properly. So the rise time budget is used to check the maximum bit rate at which the system can work properly. So generally people are saying a rise time budget and a bandwidth budget. So here we say rise time budget because it is nothing but the requirement in terms of a bit rate there. So we can calculate that for a complete system, a rise time, that is system rise time is nothing but T sys system is equal to 1.1 under root of T Tx square Trx square T fiber square. T subscript Tx is the transmitter rise time, T subscript Rx is the receiver rise time, and T subscript fiber is the fiber rise time. So we consider that a rise time of a transmitter, rise time of a receiver, and then a total fiber rise time is depending upon that in given fiber what type of a distortions occur or a dispersion occur. So that's why total fiber rise time is T fiber is equal to under root of T modal square plus T material square. So T modal is nothing but the modal intermodal distortion. So that's why rise time resulting from the intermodal dispersion, and a T material is a